Okay, Ben, I've got a little demonstration video here for you of the retract controller and gear door sequencer that you sent to me to see if I could get it working for you. This is your retract controller. I think we decided that this was either a Freewing or maybe a Banana Republic controller that you'd taken out of another plane. This, of course, is my retract sequencer, gear door sequencer, and this is the custom one that I'm making for you with the programming you need. This is a retract that I happen to have that was actually made by CenturyJet Models, and of course that's your gear door servo that we're using to show you the action of the circuit. I've got one of my servo testers here that I'm using to provide the signal for this. Let me see if I can hold this phone and do all this with one hand. I've got to hold this retract so it doesn't fall over when it starts moving, but the circuit is in the state right now that it will be in anytime the plane comes on. And by that I mean you see that your controller, none of the lights are on your controller. It has as of yet not recognized any signal coming from the servo tester, even though it is sending one. But the gear door servo is freewheeling right now. It's not being held in position. So the idea here is that when you first turn the plane on, really nothing happens. It doesn't move the retract. It doesn't move the servo. It doesn't matter what position the switch is in on your transmitter. The only thing the circuit does is make note of that position so that it can tell when the switch has been moved. And then when you flip the switch on your transmitter the first time, the circuit will respond to that and go to either the gear up or the gear down position, depending on how you have it assigned in your transmitter. So I'm going to toggle the channel right now with the servo tester. This would be the equivalent of you moving the switch on your transmitter the first time. You'll see that the gear door servo opens and the retract comes down. It's up in the video, but that's actually the down position. And you'll see that in a second the gear door servo closes and your landing light comes on. Okay, now we're going to go the other way. See, the gear door servo opens, the retract goes up, the gear door servo will close, and then your landing light will go off. Now I've got a little bit more time on the delay between the movement of the retract and the movement of the gear door than is absolutely necessary. And you, of course, using the little blue pot, you can adjust that as you see fit. Some guys want the timing so tight that the gear door actually starts closing before the retract has even completely finished moving. Other guys want it to be there to be a little bit more delay. I know on my airplanes I like to let that retract get completely out of the way before I risk tearing it up with that gear door servo. But I'm going to toggle it here again a couple more times and let you see. The gear door servo opens, the retract begins to come down, and then after the retract is stopped, another second or so, and then the gear door closes and your landing light comes on. And now we're going to go gear up again, and you'll see that the door opened, the gear comes back up into the plane, and the gear door servo will close and the landing light go off. Now you'll notice that I already have the switches, the option switches on the board preset. Switch number 4 is in the up position, which is correct for an electric retract. And switch number 3 is up, which also determines that the circuit, the gear door will close once the gear are down. Switch number 2 will reverse the rotation of the gear door servo to make it more convenient for you as you set it up. And switch number 1 will reverse the signal coming in from the receiver. If for some reason you maybe have something else plugged into channel 5 or into whatever channel you're using this in that you can't change, that allows you to change how the circuit responds to the signal. It's basically like reversing the channel, but it does it in the circuit rather than doing it in the transmitter, just to make setup more convenient. Give you a couple more looks at this, and then I'm going to get it packed up and sent to you. Door opens, retract controller comes down, second or two delay, the door will close and the landing light comes on, and gear up, door opens, retract controller comes up, gear door will close, and landing light goes off. All right, Ben, I'm going to post this to YouTube, send you the link, and then I'll get this packed up with you. I think you wanted 2 of these. I've got 2 of them for you, and I'll get it packed up with your controller and get it back out to you. Thank you, my friend.